So first question of today's lesson, Aurobindo Savitri is, and the options are option A an epic, option B a long narrative poem, option B a dramatic monologue, and option D a historical work. So if we look into the terms that are given here, we all know that dramatic monologue is a monologue where there is the audience or implied audience and the speaker is speaking with him. Long narrative poem is a poem which tells a beautiful story and which seems quite lengthy. And an epic, we all know the epic is a lengthy poem but written in a grand style. So you have to tell which of the option is right. And the right answer of question number 26 is option A, that is an epic. So it is written on the tenets of Mahabharata, and the full title of this epic is Savitri, a legend and symbol. And one thing we must have to know that this book was written in blank verse, and the interesting fact is that it has merely about 24,000 lines. So this is the book. And also one interesting thing is that whenever Aurobindo was revising the book and at the very penultimate version, he became blind. He was not able to write down. So therefore he took the help another one to write down the entire book. In fact, to the writer he dictated the entire idea and the writer wrote down the book. Now question number 27. Lamb's essays are full of, and the options are irony and satire, option B humor and pathos, option C sarcasm, and option D none of the above or none of these. So this is the question number 27. You are new in this channel, please subscribe and share this, because we are running a question answer series, and this series will surely help you. I assure you that if you go through the entire series, if you look the other series of this channel, it will surely help very much. The Lamb's essay. If we look into the question Lamb's essay, so what is about Lamb's essay? Lamb's essays are known as the essays of Elia, and Elia, who is Elia? Elia is Charles Lamb himself, and the essays of Elia first published in 1823 in the form of a book, and in this book there appears his sister Mary in the form of cousin Brigade. But the last essays of Elia, it is also a collection of essay, and it was published in 1833, and the publisher was Edward Maxim. So Edward Maxim is the publisher of Lamb's essay, the second part of the essay. So we have to know the smart fact of every question, and if you prepare in this way, I think that you will surely get much more help, much more benefit whenever you are solving your practice paper. Now here comes question number 28. Shelley's genius was basically, so Shelley's fame, Shelley is quite famous to all of us, but why is Shelley famous? And the options are dramatic, narrative, lyrical, and descriptive. We all know that Shelley's poems are quite famous romantic poems, and in his poems we find the touch of lyricism. So surely the answer of question number 28 is option C, that is lyrical. Question number 29, a sonnet comprises. I guarantee you that this question will never come into net examination, because this is too easy question, and I don't want to answer this question, you all know it. Now come question number 30. Civil war in England was fought in space in the gap century. So we have to fill in the blank here. If we look into the Civil War of England, actually it was a lengthy war. The Civil War in England was a lengthy war, and there were two parties or two groups. One was parliamentarian and another was the Cavalier. So these were the groups who fought together, and the parliamentarians are often termed as roundheads, and with them there was a fight because they did not make any kind of decision whether the nation will be run by the parliament or by the royal forces. So for this reason there was a civil war in England. Now the question is that in which year or in which century, and the right answer of question number 30 is option number C, that is 17th century. So in 17th century we see the civil war in England. Now question number 23. The soldiers of Cromwell were known as dark heads, round heads, large heads, or brave heads. And the option is B, that is round heads. So this is the right answer of question number 31. Now question number 32. Who is renowned for his outstanding work Holy Sonnet? Surely we all know this answer. It is John Donne who wrote his work Holy Sonnet. But the interesting fact is that the Holy Sonnet is also known as Divine Meditation, or it has also another name, that is Divine Sonnets. And it was written on the Petrarchan style, and this anthology or this Holy Sonnets, it is also anthology. It was first published in 1633. So this is the year of publication. Question number 33. When did Frederick Mistral of France and Jose Izaguirre of Spain jointly win the Nobel Prize in Literature? So we have found two names, one is from France and one is from Spain. So in which year they both jointly won the Nobel Prize? And the options are 1910, option B 1920, option C 1902, and option 4 1904. So in which year they got Nobel Prize? And the right answer of question number 33 is option D, that is 1904, 904. This is the right answer of question number 33. Now question number 34. Name the Russian who won the Nobel Prize for Literature. And the options are Mayakovsky, option B Ivan Bunin, and option C Chekhov, and option D Stalin. We all know that the famous Russian who won the Nobel Prize is Ivan Bunin. So Ivan Bunin is the writer who won Nobel Prize in 1931. This is a very interesting fact that we need to remember. And Ivan Bunin got the Nobel Prize in literature for carrying out the Russian culture, Russian tradition in his writings. Question number 35. In what field did Churchill win the Nobel Prize? On the options are peace, literature, economics, and medicine. The name Churchill, we all know that it is a historical figure, and this man also got a Nobel Prize for literature. So the option number B is the right answer of question number 35. Question number 36. From which book are the following lines taken? And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night. So this is a story. I think that it tells the story of Exodus, where there are the enemies, and the group of Moses followers were running and they come across a Red Sea. So then this magical incident happened there. So the right answer of question number 36, and I think that you all know this, and it is the Holy Bible. So from Holy Bible this line has been taken out. If you read the Paradise Lost, you can never find such type of line, and in Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan there is not the mention of such type of thing, because in Pilgrim's Progress we see the progress of the soul, the progress of a man, how to reach to the heaven. Question number 37. In which book do the following lines occur? Heaven's lights forever shine, earth's shadows fly. And the options are the Holy Bible, option B Adonais, option C Paradise Lost, and option D Pilgrim's Progress. The right answer of question number 37 is Adonais. So from this poem the above mentioned lines are taken. Heaven's lights forever shine, earth's shadows fly. Now question number 38. Who wrote the Latin history of Britons? And the options are Henry I, option B Geoffrey of Monmouth, option C Wycliffe, and option D Walter Gifford. The question, the history of Britons. Actually, we need to know something, and I think that all the options are wrong. If you Google, or if you search in Google, you can see that the history of Britons, it was written by Nannias. But there is also one thing, that the history of the kings of Britons, and this is written by Geoffrey of Monmouth. So none of the options are right here, and just for a smart fact to know, I am just mentioning that the history of the kings of Britons was published in 1136, and it was written by Geoffrey of Monmouth. And the history of Britons, it was written by Nannias, though some critics also suggest that it was anonymously written, because there is no kind of ascertaining point on which we can give the entire credit to Nannias for writing this book. Now question number 39. When was the final result of slow transformation of Anglo-Saxon into modern English felt? Options are option A in the 14th century, option B in the 15th century, option C in the 16th century, and option D in the 17th century. So the final answer of 39 is option C, that is 16th century. So the 16th century is the right answer of question number 39. Again, those who are just watching, you can also listen the entire audio while sleeping. And if you get any kind of benefit from this video, don't forget to subscribe and share. Please help this channel to grow. Now question number 40. Normandy was lost by John Lackland in, and the options are 1205, option B 1204, option C 1201, and option D 1203. And the right answer of question number 40 is option B, that is 1204. Question number 41. Until the middle of the 14th century, English literature was mostly. The options are romantic, option B revolutionary, option C metaphysical, option D religious, and didactic. The right answer of question number 41 is option B, that is revolutionary. Now question number 42. The book Ormulum comprised 40 gospel translated and paraphrased by the monk named. So who translated this book? And the smart fact of Ormulum is that it was written by a monk, and the name of the monk was Orm. O-R-M. So it is the spelling of Orm, O-R-M, and as per his name, the book was given the name Ormulum. And also interesting fact is that it is a work of biblical exegesis, and it has merely about 19,000 lines. So we have to tell the translator, and the options are Augustine, option B Cinewulf, option C Omi, and option D John. Right answer of question number 42 is Omi. Now question number 43. Thomas Henry Huxley Associates, and the options are Science with Daily Life, option B God and Man, option C Man and Nature, option D Man and Society. And the right answer of question number 43 is option A, Science with Daily Life. Now question number 44. Brave New World was published in. The interesting fact is that it is a dystopian novel. So the opposite of utopia is dystopia. While in utopia everything are mentioned as logical, as acceptable, and in dystopia everything is destructive and negative. So we have to mention the year, in which year the book was published, and the options are 1930, option B 1928, option C 1935, and option D 1932. The right answer of question number 44 is option D, that is 1932. Which of the following is not written by Hugo Charteris? And the options are Pictures of the Wall, option B A Piece of String, option C The Old Boys, and option D The Boarding Houses. So which was is not written? And the right answer of question number 45 is option B, that is Piece of String. So it was not written by Hugo Charteris, but the other three options are written by Hugo Charteris. Question number 46. Cecil de Lewis, The Poetic Image appeared in. Options are 1938, option B 1945, option C 1946, and option D 1947. It is option D, that is 1947. This is the right answer. This is the year of the appearance or the publication of the book The Poetic Image. Anne Jellicoe became famous in 1958. For which reason? And the options are with the production of a play, by writing a novel, by getting a poem published, and option D, by getting a short story telecast over the TV. And the right answer of question number 47 is option A, with the production of a play. Here comes question number 48. Which of the following statement is not true? Shelley was a cricketer, Byron was a cricketer, Keats has been a physician, Lamb was a clerk. So which is not true? And the right answer of question number 48 is option A, that is Shelley was a cricketer. It is not at all acceptable, but if we look into the life of Byron, we can see that he was a cricketer also, and Lamb was a clerk, we all know. Now question number 49. Which of the following statement is true? Shakespeare died by falling from a horse. Dr. Johnson was a contemporary of Shakespeare. Richard's Pamela was written in the form of letter. And option D, Shelley did not like revolutionary ideas. And the right answer of question number 49 is option C, that is Richard's Pamela was written in the form of letter. So this is the true statement. I hope that you are enjoying this series. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, like and share. Thanks once again for watching this video. Thank you to all of you.